Hello, my Nessie Cakes, and welcome back to my channel. Now, as you could tell by the thumbnail, this is another collection, but this collection is the one that I am the most proud of, and these are my vintage copies of Disney movies on VHS. Quick backstory, my dad was stationed in Nellis Air Force Base, so there's not a lot of things to do as a child in Las Vegas. So my parents gave me an option. They were like, would you like to have a cable subscription, or would you like to have all the movies that you'd like? Back in the day, not everybody had cable, so it was kind of a big deal. Now, I thought it through, and I wanted the movies because I wanted to be able to watch them again and again and again. And when stuff came on cable, back in the day, if you were lucky, it came on once, and that was it. Unless you have your VHS recorder primed and ready with a blank tape in it, you were gonna miss it. That's just how it was. So I picked movies, and I have quite a few, so I'm gonna try to run through the collection as quickly as possible so it's not a 30-minute video. But I do have these broken up into categories. The first category that I'm gonna go through are called the Black Diamond Edition. Then we also have another collection that's called the Masterpiece Collection. And then I have a few more movies over here to my left that don't really have a collection, but I really liked them and I wanted them, so I got them. So let's go ahead and go through this. I'm super excited to show these to you, so let's get started. The very first collection I'm gonna start with is the Black Diamond Collection. Now, these are in no particular order as far as title go. These are just in the order of collections. So I'm just gonna grab and we'll see what we got, okay? Now, the first one that's on top here is one of my favorites of this collection, and it is Robin Hood. I absolutely love this movie. I thought it was so cute. So there's also one of my favorite villain sidekicks. There's Hiss right there. So I love this movie, so Robin Hood. Oh, and just in case you don't know what a VHS cassette looks like, this is what it looks like. And they're pretty big, they're pretty cumbersome, but this is what movies used to come in, kids. There we go. And if you were super fancy, a few of you might remember, sometimes you'd spend the extra money and get a separate rewinder. So you'd stick in the movie and one can be rewinding while you're watching one. Very fancy, very fancy. Okay, so Robin Hood. Another Black Diamond is the 101 Dalmatians with my favorite villain Cruella right there. Oh, and I don't know if I showed you with the first one, but this is how you can tell it's a black diamond. It's got the classics in a black diamond on the spine, and that's how you can tell. Sometimes they even had it on the videotape, but not this one. I'm sure I'll run one across one and I'll make sure to show you. Okay. This one, very underrated, absolutely love it. This is The Rescuers Down Under. The story is great. The acting is wonderful, and the animation is insane. The scene where the boy is riding on the back of Marahute, the golden eagle, you feel like you're flying. It is the weirdest thing ever for the 2D animation to do that, but check it out if you haven't seen it yet. Thank God that Disney streaming service is coming up soon. Hopefully all these movies will be on there and all of y'all can catch up because these are great, great movies. There's the tape. This one's actually rewound. See, fancy. I actually had one of those video rewinders. Okay, got another one for you guys. It's Dumbo. And there's a few more of my favorite characters. I love the crows. They are so cool. So Dumbo, Alice in Wonderland, and a few of these movies. Here we go. Here's the Black Diamond on the tape. That way y'all can see it. So that's another way you can tell, just in case you don't have the cases, guys. And a few of these movies, like I was going to say before, actually still have the original ads inside of them, those little pieces of paper that tell you like the next movie coming up and stuff like that. So hopefully I'll run into those. I'm sure I have a few. Okay, there's the Jungle Book. All right. Another Black Diamond. Another one from the Black Diamond that's very underrated. I love this movie. This is The Great Mouse Detective, guys. I mean, Basil of Baker Street. If you're a fan of Sherlock Holmes stuff, you're gonna love this movie so much. And another one of my very favorite villains is Ratigan. He is the biggest queen in the world, like bigger than Cruella and bigger than Madame Mim. Just drama. Love him. Okay, another Black Diamond. This one will make you cry, guys. If Fox and the Hound, if you haven't seen this one. Okay. Oh, here we go. Found the mate to the other one. Ah, Rescuers Down Under. Mate. Get it? All right. So the Rescuers. This is the original Rescuers, if you haven't seen it yet. And there's another one of my favorite villains right there. That's Madame Medusa. And another one of my favorite sidekicks, that's Evinrude. He's a dragonfly motor for the speedboat, because this was set in a swamp. That's awesome. All right. And now the one that's controversial, the one that everybody has to see, the one that nobody seems to be able to scrounge up any more copies of. I actually still have mine, and it is The Little Mermaid. And this is about as far in as I'm gonna press, guys, because this is a family channel and there are children watching, okay? But you know what I'm talking about of what is inside the castle. This is how the movie looks, okay? Oh, and you could tell I watched it. I mean, this one's barely rewound, and there's another one of the Black Diamonds right there. Okay. You know, I've been hearing rumors that that movie right there in the Little Mermaid with that specific cover is going for about 30 grand on eBay. If that's true, I got my retirement right here on this table. It's awesome. I got Cinderella. Now, this has a cute story attached to it, too. Another job my mom used to have is that she used to work at inside of base, and she used to work inside the BX, and I think it's either BX or when she used to work over at Toys R Us. But when this movie came out, it had a huge cardboard of the exact front of this cover here, and it would be just to display the movies. They gave her the cardboard, and I actually had this scene in my bedroom as a kid. So there's Cinderella. Such a good movie. This is some of the stickers that were colored, some of them weren't, but you can tell I used to watch this a lot. I used to also stay the night over at my grandmother's house a lot, and she loved that movie because of Gus Gus. It was her favorite character. She loved it, so we watched it all the time. Bambi, another one that we kind of watched a lot. Another tearjerker, though. Another Black Diamond. I have also Peter Pan. And this is also one of my favorites. I love this one. Kind of watched halfway through. You know, I need to go to a pawn shop, or I'm sure I can find them at a Walmart if I look hard enough, or maybe I can order one online. I need another VHS player so I can rewatch these again, even though, to be honest with you, I have most of these already on like Blu-ray or DVD, but there's just something about the feel of these movies. Like, it's almost like listening to a record. Like, there is a difference between analog and digital. There's a difference between VHS and DVD. So, Sword in the Stone, Archimedes, another one of my favorite villains, Madame Mim. It's another one with the diamond on the sticker. Let's see. We also have Beauty and the Beast, and that's how the back looks. Watch this one a lot, you can tell. And my last one of the Black Diamond edition, Aladdin. And this is a great movie. I mean, like, these stickers right here, if you could see it, these used to be on the spine of the movie to kind of seal it, and that was the only thing that was keeping it from being tampered with or whatever. So I actually kept a few of the stickers. I'm glad that was in there so I can show you. Next collection I'm gonna go through is the Masterpiece Collection. Now, I'm not exactly sure why they named these. I think it's just because of the boxes, because of the Black Diamond on the spine. Right there, you know. They have this one, it's a hologrammed castle, and all the gold leafing, I don't know if the camera can pick it up without the glare, but it is foiled, basically, or hologrammed. So I think that's basically the only reason why they're different collections. But here's my Sleeping Beauty. Watch that one a lot. It's not even rewound. The Aristocats. You can kind of see the gold a little bit better here in greater relief. There's the hologrammed castle on the end. And there's the Scat Cat game. I love this movie too. I thought the stray cats were awesome. Melody Time. If anybody doesn't know what this is kind of like Fantasia in a way, but they actually show like whole short animated cartoons of the not only the music, but also like there's also dialogue and stuff like that. Two of my favorites are actually on the cover, which is the Pecos Bill and Johnny Appleseed songs. Those are my favorite. But it's got quite a few in here. Not for individual resale. Some of these movies actually came from old, like when my mom used to work at the BX, like I told y'all, they used to have a place inside of it that you could rent tapes from. And a few of these came to her and she bought them for me. And look at that, the 50th anniversary. I wonder when I bought this. That would be kind of cool to look up. Oops, I almost dropped it. Hunchback of Notre Dame, another one that's kind of underrated. Not a lot of, it's got a big following now, but at the time it didn't do too well. But how can you not love that Hellfire song from here? Lady and the Tramp with another one of my favorite villains up top. And Cyan Am, I can't even call villains because they're just cats being cats. They eat fish, they eat birds. It's what happens, that's what they do. And, you know, yeah, so not really much of it. Leave in the comments below if you think that Cyan Am are actual villains. I really don't think they are. But there's the gold leafing like I was talking about before. The back of the movies. Ooh, this is one of the movies that had the papers in it like I told you guys. Let's just take a look and see what the thing was at the time. Look at that. Mail-in rebates. If you buy spaghetti and the spaghetti sauce and the movie, you get $5 in the mail. Look at this. Kids ride free on the Amtrak. Save $2 on all the different movies here. And it looks like they had a movie of the month club inside of these things, so you can mail these in. I'm so glad I kind of saved some of these so I could show these to you. These are great, like little time capsules. Pinocchio. This movie used to scare the wits out of me, guys. Especially that scene where he's the man is standing over the donkey and he's like, "And what's your name?" And he's like, "I want to go home to my mom." And it's just so creepy to me. I mean, even the ride in Disneyland kind of creeps me out sometimes too, because I think of that scene and they show it pretty graphically. There's Fantasia, guys. This one was fancy because it came in a black box. Most of them came in white, but fancy. And this is such a good movie too. I love this movie. You know, part of me still kind of wishes they would bring back these big cases even for Blu-rays. Just for like, maybe like a collection or something like that. I would buy them all in a heartbeat. There's Mulan. Now, as you can start to tell, some of these movies are starting to get just a little bit older, guys. So you can tell when they're starting to fizzle most of that out. Another one of everybody's favorites. Oh my God, The Lion King. No papers in this one, but you can tell I watched it a lot. Look at that, not even rewound, guys. Pocahontas. Yeah, this one I watched a lot too. I loved Pocahontas. When I was younger, I wanted to be her at the park. Like, I thought that I could be her. Like, if I just flat ironed this, I could totally be Pocahontas and got myself an amazing tan. But unfortunately, when I figured it out that I could do that, I was too old because they actually have an age cutoff for these, but it's fine. I'm not bitter or anything. It's fine. So Black Cauldron. This one is a little bit fancier, guys, because if I can just cut that glare a little bit. Now, his tunic is textured, but everything is foiled. All of the characters, the sign, everything is foiled. The back is foiled. And like I said, the texture in his tunic, you can actually see it, it's scaled. This movie was underrated. I thought it was very, very good. The only thing that I kind of didn't like, and this is probably going to be controversial to say it, and I'm sure a lot of you are going to hate me for it, but I wasn't a big fan of Gurgi. I kind of found him annoying. It was kind of sweet how he like kind of redeemed himself at the end, but at the same time, it was kind of grating. My favorite princess, y'all, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in the Masterpiece Collection. This one, you can kind of tell, even her collard is kind of iridescent and stuff like that. Yeah, look at that, it's all rainbowed. So another one of the Masterpiece Collection. This one is one of the very first movies I saw in the theater when it came out, is Oliver and Company. And I am dating myself, but I loved this movie. And I just had to have it when it came out, and it's even better to have it as part of the Masterpiece Collection. Now we're starting to get into what people kind of recognize. This is Hercules. Disney Store came out with a series of like t-shirts and clutch bags and stuff like that of these older 90s movies. So you probably start to recognize a few of the covers. But look how vintage this is. It still has that, you know, when I told you my mom got them for me from a place I used to rent videos, it still has the please be kind rewind sticker. Oh, look at this one, guys. Fantasia 2000. Yeah, this is already out of the Masterpiece Collection, and it's starting to flow into the normal movies, which I'm about to go through, but this one is still kind of iridescent. So it was one of the special copies of the originals, but not part of a collection. So this is the one that kind of is the oddball out, but I like it because it has one of my favorite like skits, and it's the flamingo with the yo-yo. There's another picture from it, and it's just great. This dorky little flamingo is bothering all the other ones, and it's kind of me because I kind of bug people a little bit. So there you go. Now it's time for the rest of the videos that are just the regular ones that have no collection or category, but they're just great, and I hope you've seen some of these. Some of these are actually what they call straight to video movies, that they didn't go in the theater or they didn't show them on TV or anything like that. They just went straight. So you can tell maybe some of them aren't that great, but the ones that I picked I think are pretty great. So the first one, I've got Bedknobs and Broomsticks. Now, this one was so fancy back in the day with the cartoons and the live action characters together. We thought this was everything. With another review of this earlier, I saw it on DVD when I bought it on Amazon. You can see the green screen, guys. You can kind of see the little things and the wires, but it's so good. I mean, if y'all haven't seen this yet, please go see it. Please go see it. Pete's Dragon, another one with the cartoon and the live action. Yeah, awesome. Oh, this is another one that's kind of cult following now, Emperor's New Groove. I love me some Yzma, though. This is such a good movie. All right. This is one of the ones that I was talking about that goes straight to movie, okay, guys? And this is Aladdin and the King of Thieves. This is a pretty good movie. I actually kind of enjoyed it because I'm not going to spoil anything for you if you haven't seen it, but it's basically a backstory of Aladdin, like where he came from, who his parents are, and stuff like that. You know, before he met Jasmine. And this is actually, the movie is set on the week before their wedding. So you actually see Jasmine and Aladdin getting married in this movie. So I cannot wait for that streaming service, guys, so y'all can catch up. Oh, here's another one of those straight to movies. This one is Pocahontas 2. Ooh, this one was another one with papers in it. Let's see what they got. Oh, look at that. An online streaming service for kids called Disney Daily Blast. Oh, they're advertising the soundtrack. It comes in a cassette, guys. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Time capsule, though. There we go. Pocahontas 2. I also got me some Tarzan there. This is such a good movie. I love this movie. Oh, this one came with a little book. Disney new channel for animation all day, every day. Let's see. DuckTales is in here. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Goof Troop and Tailspin, guys. Oh my goodness, look at that. The Goofy movie was about to come out, so they give you coupons for it. They really do need to bring these back. These are so cool, right? Leave in the comments below if there's any movie that I have shown you that you haven't seen yet, okay? Or also leave in the comments below of if these movies you've seen, which one is your favorite. Now this movie, I think, is one of the very first Pixar movies that came out like this. Now, the reason why this one is kind of special to me is they came out with the movie with, you know, like just the regular case, but they also came out with the individual characters on the cases. And this one with Hopper was kind of the holy grail case. This one is the one that sold out faster. Everybody wanted this case. And if you see on the back, how everybody looks on the back is how the individual cases looked. But I got me a Hopper. I was lucky enough, got me one. Another straight to video, we got Little Mermaid 2. If you haven't seen this one, like I said, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but that is Eric and Ariel's daughter, Melody. And that up there, the villain, is Ursula's sister. So you got to check this one out. It's pretty entertaining. It is for smaller children, but I kind of like the flow of it. It actually shows, like, after their wedding, when Melody was born, like, kind of in a flow. So I think that one's good. Oh, this is another movie that's got a lot of memories for me. This is The Three Caballeros. And you know how me and my grandmother used to watch Cinderella a lot? This is another movie we watched a lot, because this is a movie that it was partly in Spanish so she can understand. She's from Mexico. And from what she tells me, this movie is pretty accurate. Like, they speak proper Spanish. The scenes in there with all the different, like, things of the Latin American culture is pretty dead on. So that's a great movie. Please see that movie if you haven't seen it. Mary Poppins, there's the original box of that one. Oh, and this is finally a sticker change from the inside. They started to colorize Mickey there, and it was all in red. Here's one that everybody's probably seen, a Goofy movie. This is the only one in my collection that is a smidge damaged from just years and wear and tear, but also a lot of love. I've watched this movie so much. I can sing all the songs. I can read like back to back with the lines and stuff like that. So this one has a little tear here, and it's got some sticker stuff stuck there, but it still plays perfectly well, I'm hoping, and I can't wait to see all these again. Like, I might have to actually buy the machine. I got to see these all again and enjoy them. Another straight to movie, Lady and the Tramp 2. And there's another one of those stickers I was telling you about that used to be like right here to seal it all together. This one actually kind of just stayed, you know, unsticky, but it just kind of stayed in there, so I kept that. Return of Jafar, or basically Aladdin 2. There we go. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I watched that one a lot. I kind of liked this one a lot. I liked, just because I like Iago, and this is kind of a story kind of around him, to be honest with you. So that's a good one. Man, I hope these all come out in the streaming service, guys. If you haven't seen these, you're gonna love them, all right? Like, especially the ones that are about attractions or based on attractions, and you didn't even know it, like the movie Dinosaur. This is kind of one of the very, very first CGI'd movies from Disney. And as you could start to tell, they're starting to fizzle away with the big, big cases. But this is a good movie. Oop, it's another one with papers in it. And that way you can, when you ride Dinosaur at the park, you know where it came from. Oh, look at that. When the movie rewards were new. Another, a Disney club for children. Wow. Oh, an advertisement for Lady and the Tramp 2. Just showed you that one, so that's kind of cool. Oh, another one of my favorites. DuckTales and the Treasure of the Lost Lamp. This is such a good movie. I mean, Rip Taylor is the genie. How can you not love this movie? It is so good. I mean, it's ducks and in the DuckTale crew and Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. I mean, it's so awesome. And you could tell by the sticker that they're starting to change. You see how it's getting colored and fizzling out a little bit, making it smaller. Got a few more, guys, and then I'm done. Another one of those straight to videos. I got Lion King 2 Simba's Pride. This one I actually kind of enjoy. It's got a lot of really good songs in it. I watched it quite a bit, you can tell. So that's kind of fun. Couple of my favorite of the live actions right here. We have 101 Dalmatians with Glenn Close. I think she did a very, very good job as Cruella de Vil. She had this perfect style and insanity all at the same time. So that was good. It actually has Hugh Laurie as one of the bad guys. You know, Jasper from Jasper and Horace. So there, that's them. And the good thing I liked about these movies is that they kept the dogs dogs. Like, they didn't CGI their mouths to move like Babe in the Big City or anything like that. It was all just the dogs well trained. And this is 102 Dalmatians, and they had a special puppy in this one called Oddball that had no spots. So it was cute. Oddball. That's a cute name for a Dalmatian with no spots. Now, I think this is the Disney movies that kind of stopped in the production of the soft covers. And it's Toy Story, the original Toy Story. And we've all grown up with these movies, guys. Toy Story and Toy Story 2. I remember looking for number 3 in these things just to kind of have 1, 2, and 3 in these soft cases, and they didn't make them anymore. This is when it stopped. I think this is exactly when it stopped. And it's so sad to see an era go by. As far as these things go, I hope this brought a lot of good nostalgia for you. And just to keep the nostalgia going, just because they were in the box and I wanted to show them off, these two are not Disney, but they're just so good, okay? This first one here is from DreamWorks, and it is the movie Ants. And this came out at the same time as A Bug's Life, so there was like a big controversy of who was going to be the best, who was going to have the quintessential bug movie. Now, these are as different as apples and oranges. Like, I swear. This one is more for adults, while The Bug's Life is more for children. There's war in this one. There's cursing in this one. There's the Twin Towers on the box. You know, oh my goodness, how old this movie is. And it also has a few papers in it. This is just a save 5 when in the mail, one of those things. But yeah, so I got them both. I was just happy to have 2 animated movies to choose from. So, and then my last one for this video. Gosh, this has been a long video, guys. I'm so sorry. Thank you for hanging in, though, if you still are around. But this is Quest for Camelot. And this is a Warner Brothers production movie. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was done by Don Bluth Films. And this still has one of the free giveaways in the inside the movie case. And it's these characters right here, the 2-headed dragon inside of a necklace. And this, I think, was such a... It's a great movie. It's got a lot of great voice actors. It's got Don Rickles in it. It's got what's his name? Jaleel White, you know, the voice of Urkel, or Dr. Knowsmore. Professor Knowsmore, as the Razor Chicken. But it didn't do too well in the movies, and when I turn this video around, I'll show you why. They said that it kind of took away from Disney, because tell me if this character, Kylie, does not look exactly like Belle. I mean, even to the point where she's singing about the memories of her father, and it's called On My Father's Wings, which I think is a great song. She's running up a hill with those dandelions everywhere, and when she's running with her arms open. Oh, I just shook the camera. But she's running with her arms open, so it is Belle, okay? So not a lot of people were happy about that. Personally, like I said, I just like cartoons, and I just love animated movies so much. So I got me Quest for Camelot, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. And that's the end of the collection, guys, and also the end of this video. But thank you very much for sticking into this long video. I hope you enjoyed the collection. I enjoyed showing it to you. Please like and subscribe. Leave the comments at the bottom. Smash the bell, ring the bell, all that stuff. And I'll see you next time, guys. The next video I have is another UK-US box swap, but this is going to be our Halloween edition. So stick around for that, and I'll also have hopefully another house progression little video to show you, see how the house is coming along when we go on site. But thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time. Okay, guys? Bye.